What the hell am I playing? Anyway. Hi, welcome back to another Doki video. Today we're playing the Blue Skies mod that I accidentally found on itch. Even though it wasn't itch, it was actually a website that I stumbled across. Anyway, I don't know what to expect. Let's just start now, because I have nothing else to say, because I always run out of things to say. Question mark. What's this? This shouldn't be possible. Why am I here? How am I here? Did you bring me back? I don't see any other explanation. Why? We've already established that there's no happiness here, so why? Wait, is this carrying off from the original game? Huh? Why can't I look at the script? Something's wrong. You didn't do anything, did you? Don't you understand? Are you trying to mess things up even more? How did you... Wait, I know. You've installed a mod, haven't you? That's why everything's been changed. Don't you think it's time to let us all go? What? You can't... You want everything to be like how it should have been? But... You really care about them, don't you? I wish. Never mind. If you really want to do it, I won't stop you. I've been fighting to take control of this game again, but if you want to play through the mod, then... Well, I'll succumb to the mod's control. So... Do you want me to allow the mod's activation? I guess? Aha! I knew it! Sucker guy, or whatever your name actually is, I truly hope that you can find happiness with your choice. Alright. Sigh. Ah! I lay in bed motionless and staring up at the blank white ceiling. Last night was dreadful. The sound of thunder kept me up for hours. But today's another day, I guess. Let's just hope that it's at least a bit better. With another sigh, I begrudgingly dragged myself out of bed and groggily began the monotony of my daily routine. Yo, what's all these big words about? Making my way to the kitchen, I've never heard of these words before. I haphazardly rummaged through the cupboards looking for something to eat. Unfortunately, there's no tasty homemade breakfast awaiting me. Ever since my parents' divorce, I've just been living off of whatever I find in the kitchen. I live with my mom, but she's always taking up business trips abroad. So for the most part, it's pretty much just me at home. It's lonely, but I manage. Although I do miss the smell of bacon and eggs in the morning. Breakfast used to be a family thing. Dad would read the newspaper at the kitchen table while Mom would stand at the stove and fry up her famous sunny side up eggs. But all that feels like a long forgotten memory. Well, at least breakfast is sorted. A calamity. What? Not exactly the best start of the day, but it'll do. I do my own shopping since Mom's never home, but I usually stick to buying the bare necessities. The ease of using pre-made stuff has pretty much sapped me to the urge to cook meals for myself. Good for you, bro. You should start cooking for yourself. And with my food quickly finished, I head to the door. At the very least, the weather looks much better than yesterday's clear skies. Beats thunderstorms any day of the week. I'm still lost in my thoughts when I notice a familiar face. It's Sayori. We have quite a history together. As children, we're basically inseparable. Always exploring, getting up to mischief, driving our parents wild. Typical things that young children do, really. As time went on, especially in recent years, we started slowly drifting apart. In fact, I haven't properly spoken to her in a long time. It's a real shame. After all, we've shared a lot of fond memories with each other. I'm surprised to see her up so early, though a couple of times I've glanced out the classroom window only to see her hurriedly walking along to school. We used to walk to school together, and although she was sometimes a little late to meet me, I never really minded. As we continued to drift apart, however, her lack of punctuality became more frequent, and I just decided I'd be better if I walked to school alone. Which meant that although I did get to school on time more often, I was quite lonely. Knowing her, she had probably just gotten more and more lazy with time. After all, her dedication to sleeping seems to be unwavering. As well, still, I've always enjoyed talking to her. Hey Sayori, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? She looks a little surprised at my appearance and question. I suppose I can't blame her. Oh hey Circle Guy, I wasn't expecting to see you. That makes two of us. You're up pretty today. Pretty today? What? She laughs softly, a misplaced look around her face. I've been alright, though. Not a whole lot has changed recently, you know. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Life has been pretty routine these days. School's kinda meh, although I guess it could be worse. She nods as we both resume the walk to school. And though I can't talk to her just fine, there's still an awkward air between us. I guess that's a given, seeing as this is our first proper conversation together in a long time. As we carry on making idle small talks, a sudden thought hits me. Anyway, this might come across as a bit out of the blue, but seeing you were here has given me an idea. Oh? Well, it's been a while since we've walked to school together. How about we start doing that again? Eh? Why would you really want to do that? I'm not very fun to talk to, and I'm always late. I frown. It's really strange to hear Sayori say this, given I've always known her to have a bubbly, cheerful personality. Sayori, that's definitely not true. Well, the bit about always being late is true. I've always loved hanging out with you, and I think we'd have a lot of fun again. Besides, I've missed you. I'll even help you wake up on time if you need me to. Is that a bit too forward? I don't know. I've never been in this sort of situation before. I mean, we are childhood friends after all, right? Really? Yeah, really. I've missed you too. Well, let's do it then. From now on, we'll walk to school together, okay? Okay. And there it is, that classic Sayori smile I grew up loving. All the memories I have of us together as children feature that smile. No matter where we venture, parks, playgrounds, forests, that smile would follow. That innocent, childlike sense of adventure we used to have. It's painfully clear that that's a long gone. But maybe we could still smile together anyway. So, what have you been up to lately? You know, the usual. You mean games, anime, and manga, right? Yep. It's pretty much goes without saying. Oh, Circle Guy, you haven't changed. Heh, are you saying that you might think I need some changes? No one's perfect, there's always room for improvement. Especially in your case. I'm guessing that you're still a part of the Go Home Club. Hey, that cuts a little deep. What do you want me to do? Join the soccer club and trip over everyone? Well, I think a little exercise is good for everyone. I'm very offended if you're trying to call me fat right now. Well, you don't have to join a sports club if you don't want to. Yeah, I was actually thinking of checking out the anime club. Wow, how'd you guess? It just suits my hobbies though, so Sticker Guy, you should try balancing out a bit more. Okay, Miss Club Expert, if you're gonna criticize all my club choices, what did you suggest? Well, it just so happens that there's this club that I'm in. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm actually the vice president. Well, I did not expect that. Dang, so you get to take part in all the executive decisions, huh? Kind of. The club kinda only has 4 members at the moment, but it's really fun. We're actually we're actually looking for new members right now. Ah, so that's why she brought it up. Only 4 members? Seems like you guys are just starting out then. What club is it anyway? It's the school's very own literature club. I unintentionally let out a sigh. Her face drops. I don't think that was quite the reaction she was hoping for. In my defense, literature has never quite captured my interest. Unless you count manga as literature, that is. Manga is literature! I knew it. You don't want to join. I understand though, not many people like reading. Hey, you said I didn't like to read. I love reading if you count on, manga. I muttered the last word more to myself than to Sayori. On the plus side, Sayori laughs at my sheepishness. You still sound like someone I know from the literature club. She talks about manga all the time. Really? I am actually interested in your club though. Sayori smells seemingly content that I'm showing initiative. If I'm looking for a club to join, I guess the literature club is as good as a place as any to start. That's great! You should come by sometime. And by sometime, you're hoping for today, aren't you? The sooner the better. Alright, I'll have a look after school today. Yay, thanks, Circle Guy. Although, we should probably hurry up. Don't want to be late now, do we? Yeah, you're right. This is new, I've never seen this before. Within a few minutes, we've arrived at the school entrance amidst a crowd of chattering students. We wave goodbye as we head off to our separate classes. I have Sakurai in the morning, so I'm fairly confident that the next hour, so I won't be too hard. Okay, I have What is Sakurai? Can some weeb in the comments explain to me what Sakurai is? Who's Sakurai? How does this game know? The game knows. The game is hacking me. The game hacked my PC. The game hacked my mic. How does it know? Only one of the coolest, most down-to-earth teachers we have in the whole school. Oh! Being on the young side himself, the experience of high school is much fresher in his mind than in some of the other teachers, especially the older ones. He gives me a smile as I open the door. Morning, circle guy. How are you doing today? Not bad, sir. Same old, same old. How about you? Well, we finally started our module on 20th century history today, so needless to say I'm excited. Oh yeah, First World War, Nazism, Second World War, that stuff. You bet. I've waited all year for this to start. Oh man, you guys are in for a real treat. That's something else I really admire about him. He's so enthusiastic about his subject, and that enthusiasm really makes learning about history that much more enjoyable. Combined with the fact that he's fairly relaxed, especially when it comes down to homework, you can really see why he's so popular. Although he does have a strict side, of course. That side of him comes to light every now and again, so he isn't a pushover. By and large, he's earned the respect of his students by striking the balance just right. I just wish that all of my teachers were as friendly as made efforts to know their students are better. Ah well. I take a seat and one of my classmates, Emmy, smiles and waves. Bouncy and energetic, she has a reputation for skills on the track field. Even when she isn't running, she's still pretty much a ball of energy. Hiya! We have one of those odd friendships that we get along in the class, but we don't really see each other outside the school. Yo! New character! That's cool! How you doing, Emmy? Training was really fun today. Oh. She's always on the hunt for new recruits to join the track team, and she has a habit of dropping some not-so-subtle hints. Yeah, we're always looking for new people, and I know you aren't part of any clubs, so you should totally join us. It's funny you should mention that. I'm not part of any clubs, actually. Huh? I think I'm gonna check out the literature club after school. Haha, I didn't really think you were the poetic type. But if you ever got bored of writing poems, you know where to find me. How many times do I have to tell you that? Alright, let's make a start. It's almost criminal that I've had to wait so long to teach my favourite century. Well, that's the school's lesson over. As I linger behind the classroom to gather my things, I hear the door open. It's Sayori. Hi again! Hey, the literature club's meeting today, right? Yeah, it is. I was just heading there now. Do you still want to come along? You betcha! Sayori seems to perk up, looking excited that I still want to come along to the club. Looks like you finally doing some extracurriculars. I can't read. I mean, if you're the vice president, it can't be all that bad, right? She giggles, making me smile. Each individual club member makes it special. Everyone works hard to have fun together. Well, let's not keep them waiting. It'd be rude to show up late. I want to make a good first impression after all. I guess you're right. Come on, it's right this way and up the stairs at the end. I follow Sayori down the hallway. She seems excited, and it's nice to know that I'm making her day at least a little bit better. The stairs lead up to a selection of the school that I recognize as the third year's wing. Sayori leads me to a classroom and knocks on the door. Trust me, you're gonna love it! She's definitely enthusiastic about this club, that's for sure. After a seemingly long wait, the door finally slides open. A small pink-haired girl peeks out. Sayori? She peeks out further. Hey, Natsuki! Guess what? I found someone who wants to join our club! The girl, who's apparently called Natsuki, slowly turns a glare to me and narrows her eyes. She opens the door fully, and behind her I see another girl sitting at a desk, her face buried in a book. What? Hey, wait, Sayori! Sayori practically pushes Natsuki out the way. She seems excited to introduce me to the rest. Hey guys, I want to introduce you to our newest member, Circle Guy! Sayori, hold up. It's a bit quick to call me the new member, isn't it? They noticed a third girl peek out behind a bookshelf in the corner to the classroom. It can't be. Is that Monica? The idiot! Monica is one of the most popular girls of this high school. Everyone seems to flock to her because she's smart, beautiful, athletic, you name it, she's got it. Are you sure about that? Unfortunately, this also means she's completely out of my league. She looks at me first with a stern look, then quickly lights up. A circle guy, what a nice surprise. Also, this is a new angle, what? Welcome to the club! The girl who has her face buried in the book suddenly jolts up and looks right at me. She quickly snaps her book shut and timidly moves to join the conversation. Oh, a new member? My name is Yuri. Yeah. Holy crap, it seems that I've somehow lucked out. Not only is Monica in the club, but also a bunch of other girls. Am I glad I decided to come here instead of the anime club today? But enough gawking. Circle guy, stop staring and start talking. It's nice to meet you, Yuri. Like Sayuri said, I'm Circle Guy. I smile at her and turn to Monica. So, it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Circle Guy. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. It's kind of strange to say, but having her smile at me so genuinely makes me feel a bit starstruck. The powers of a school idol. You know, you too, Monica. So you guys are in a club with just the four of you? Then, huh? So you already told me about how you were looking for a new member. Well, I've actually been trying to push for more members for a while, but we haven't had any luck recently. Sayori did say my words right in my mouth as Natsuki shoots me a piercing glare. She looks very angry at me, but for what reason I don't know. I haven't really had the chance to do much besides walk in and say hello. Sayori, you brought a boy? Yep, he told me he wanted to join just this morning. Not sure if it was just Sayori being an airhead again, but I don't recall promising that I'd join. That's great! Natsuki glowers at us, folding her arms with an irritated huff. I don't really get why though. Sorry about Natsuki. That's just how she is. She's a little standoffish to new members. Oh, it's nothing, I don't mind. Hey, I'm right here, you know! Sorry. I've got to try to make a good impression though. Come on, Natsuki, we need new members! If you don't feel like being nice to Circle Guy, can you at least be nice for me? Jeez, you don't have to just make such a big deal about it. Also, another new angle. Fine, if you can't beg, I guess I have no choice. Hooray, thanks. Looks like I know who the tsundere of the group is now. It's almost comical, the extent of which Natsuki fits the trope. Well, maybe my view of the world is just clouded by anime influences though. Anyway, let's get this conversation back on track. How did you come to learn about the literature club? Well, I'll have to admit, I'm a bit curious about that myself. Sayori and I were just walking to school when she mentioned this club to me. Since I was sort of looking for a club to join, I figured that I should check you guys out. At any rate, Sayori was really enthusiastic about the literature club, so... Monica beams at Sayori when she hears this. Guess Sayori has done a good job at advertising the club. I see. Well, I think it's a great place to start. After all, books can be very enticing. Yeah, it's super fun! I think the club is the only place where I've been feeling comfortable lately. Sayori's face falls for a moment, but she quickly picks herself back up. It's somewhere I can just sit and read while hanging out with friends. I think they summed up the club pretty well. After all, I started it to bring together like-minded people who love literature. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's very cozy. But enough introductions. Why did you come in and take a seat, Circle Guy? Did you bring something to read? As she asks that, I realize I'm not much of a reader, much as someone who loves literature. To be honest, I haven't thought this through very well. Would joining a club that focuses on reading really be the best thing for me? No, I don't really have any books on me at the moment. I just haven't seen any good titles recently. I lie through my teeth, hoping Monica doesn't see through my facade. I obviously don't read much, but if they believe that I do, hopefully it will help me relate to these girls. Well, we have plenty of books here. If you want to check out what we have, I'm sure you'll find something that matches your taste. Is that so? Then I guess I'll head over. Maybe there's something I might catch my eye. I start to sweat nervously as I walk awkwardly over to the bookshelf. There looks to be a good variety of books available ranging in genre, horror and fantasy, all the way down to non-fiction. Sheepishly I turn around. Why is there two options? I'm gonna choose Yuri. Hey, could you pick out a book you think I'd like? I'd be happy to. If the prospect isn't too off-putting, I know of a wonderful horror novel. To be honest, horror never particularly appealed to me. Still, I want to make an effort here. I have an open mind. What book were you thinking of? Blushing, Yuri bends down and removes a thick book from the bookcase. It has a large piercing eye. Oh no. I already know what book it is. Oh, yep, I knew it. One of my personal favorites, Portrait of Markov. I know it might look intimidating, but sorry. She shakes her head and goes to pick the book back, but I stop her. Don't worry about it. I'd love to check it out. What's it about? A what? A smile plays across her face, as though she were pleasantly surprised by my enthusiasm. Let's see. The protagonist is a young high school student who moves in with her sister, but shortly after, sinister things start to happen. The two are captured by an ominous cult that practices the nightmarish experiences on the prisoners. Throughout the story, she's forced to make choices no one her age would have to make in the process. Her abilities to trust others are warped, and many of her relationships are broken as a result. Pretty dark, but hey, I'd be lying if I said it didn't sound interesting. Well, it definitely sounds pretty engaging. I think I'll read this book then. Natsuki mumbles something, but she's just barely out of earshot. But really, you don't have to if you don't want to. I do. Well, this might not be what I usually pick. Your description of the plot intrigues me. Although I have to ask, what makes this your favorite book? If I had to put in my own words, I suppose I'm a big believer to literature's abilities to challenge the psyche. I don't know. So to have such an immense tale question your ideals and foundations can be extremely exhilarating. She smiles and twirls a long lavender strand of hair around with her finger. Words are immensely powerful. They can paint stunning portrait. How many voice cracks am I gonna do in this video? Invoke emotions, or even whisk oneself away to an entirely new dimension. As she continues to speak, she transforms from the timid girl I just met into a proud and confident expert. I get the impression that she feels more at home with books rather than other people. Isn't that exhilarating, little guy? We have such a vast vocabulary at our disposal. With such a powerful resource at our fingertips, we can do anything. I clear my throat, hoping that I don't put her off with my evident inexperience. Yeah, when you put it that way, I can understand how powerful a written word can be. I scratch the back of her head nervously. Fortunately, she finds that to be a satisfactory answer. One must look at the words the author chooses. We have so many symptoms, so what compelled the author to shape the story the way they did? The feeling I get when I finally finish a truly compelling novel. It leaves me totally breathtaking. I wish I had something else coherent to respond with. We might as well be from different planets. I think I know what you mean. She closes her eyes, pulling her hands close to her chest. Then, as though remembering she's not alone, she suddenly blinks and immediately appears more bashful. Oh goodness, I'm sorry, I must have gotten lost in my train of thought. She visits with a thin clip in her hair, sliding up and down. Hey, don't worry about it, it's nice to see you talk sometimes. You obviously enjoy. Who used to say otherwise? Yuri glances over to Natsuki, who simply raises her eyebrow in reply. Doesn't Natsuki not like these kind of stories? She sighs and turns to look out the window. That's putting it lightly. We have our differences in what we enjoy, literature-wise. She frowns slightly as though painted by Natsuki's apparent disapproval. Well, I think everyone's different taste are what makes people interesting, especially when talking about it with other people. Can't help but grin. It feels like that was actually pretty clever. Yes, that's a good way to looking at it. I reach over and take Portrait of Marco from her, tucking it under my arm. Well, I'll give this a bit of a read and see how far I can get tonight. I appreciate you giving it a chance, even if it's not something you're used to. I'll be looking forward to hearing your opinion. I must warn you though, once you get past the first few chapters, you might have trouble putting it down. And perhaps tomorrow, I mean if you wanted to, we could discuss it. She looks quite nervous as she suggests that. Guess just how her personality is. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow. Thanks for the recommendation, Yuri, and you need to branch out and try new things. This will be a good place to start. I'm grateful that I get to read it on my own, at least for now. I honestly have no idea if I'll even like it, and if I were reading it with her and decided I didn't, that might make things a little awkward. With the book in hand, I make my way to a desk. The others are all now preoccupied, this seems like a convenient time to start the story. It's definitely an unusual book. Horror was never really my thing, but I have to admit the main idea is intriguing and the main characters are written well. The more I read, the more I can see why it appeals to Yuri. All that talk about appreciating sophisticated language, well, it's not exactly my kind of story. To their credit, the author does a good job building up the rather bleak situation. I've never been particularly imaginative, but even I can picture the scenes in my head. If I weren't so tired, I could probably engage with it more. Over time, I can't help but grow a little bored though. I guess I've read enough to be able to discuss it with Yuri tomorrow, so I decided to call it here. Looking up, I thought Yuri reading something, might as well see what she's up to. I've probably read this for long enough. Standing up with a stretch, I make my way over and take a seat next to her. Hey, how's it going, Sayori? What are you reading? As I don't, I notice that she looks quite content. Nothing much, just reading some stuff for a school project. What about you? You seem really into your book. Oh yeah, it was a good read. At least as far as I can tell right now. I can't help but wish I sounded a little more enthusiastic. That's great, so how are you liking the club? You're not bored, are you? She looks a bit worried, her cheerful persona fluttered for a moment. Where did the question come from? It's a bit too early to tell how I really feel about the club. Of course not, Sayori. Sure, I haven't been here for long, but I've enjoyed meeting everyone. They've opened my eyes for new stuff. I've never been huge on reading, but I'm confident that the literature club could change that. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're involved. You don't want to join a club that you have no interest in, right? I know what you mean. I think reading will grow onto me in time. Actually, do you mind if I sit with you and read? She looks at me, clearly surprised. I don't think she was expecting me to sit next to her, but nonetheless, she seems happy. Her smile is infectious, lifting my own spirits too. That would be great, Circle Guy! We read for a while, which turns into talking fairly quickly. Our conversation being a continuation of our chat from the walk to school. It's nice to just sit and talk with my childhood friend who would have guessed reconnected would be so easy. I haven't felt this content for as long as I can remember. The good mood reflects on her as well, given that she seems very uplifting and bubbly. I don't know what it is about her that makes me feel so at ease. Wow, we've already been talking for a bit, haven't we? Man, I didn't even realize the time. I guess you have been talking for a while. I can see why you come to the literature club so much. This really is a welcome at ease vibe here. It must be a nice change of pace after how hectic the school day can be. I was hoping you'd say that, Circle Guy. It really is, and I'm grateful for the others as well. They really help make the club the way it is. It can be. I can't help but notice that Natsuki and Yuri seem to be very different though. Don't they argue much? She looks a bit downcast at my question. Sometimes yes, but thankfully it isn't often. I guess since this isn't a topic she likes discussing. Well, that's only normal, I guess. Monica seems like a great president though. She must be very proud of this club. Just then Monica gets up from the desk, she's singing and faces the classroom confidently. Speak of the devil. Okay everyone, I hope we're all having a good time so far. There's a good moment of silence during which everyone seems to be glancing at me. Do they want me to respond? I'm honestly having a great time. Thanks for the warm welcome, everyone. Well, it's great to hear that. As it turns out, Natsuki baked some cupcakes for the club too. Yeah, I know. I was just about to announce it, so let me get them. Let's go sit over there, Circle Guy. It looks like there's room at those desks for all of us. I dustily follow Sayori over to where the rest of the girls have pulled a couple of desks together from a table. How about make some tea as well? Natsuki and Yuri walk to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling a bit awkward, I opt to take a seat next to Sayori. If the conversation starts to die out, I can always rely on her to save me. Meanwhile, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. So that's what the cupcakes would look like. That's cool. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Tear talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake round in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. If she made it all by herself, that's seriously impressive. It practically tastes professionally done to me. But then again, it's not like I have the most discerning taste palette. These cupcakes are amazing! Thank you, Natsuki. Hey, you know, you better thank me, because this took hard work to do. Yeah, it really seems like it. Did you make it by yourself, or did your parents help you? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I couldn't have done it myself? No. It's just that it seems professionally made, so I was wondering if an actual baker helped you. I wish my dad was a baker, but just because I don't bake for money, it doesn't mean that I can't be good. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I just suck at cooking myself, so I'm wowed by good cooking. I guess I could count myself lucky that I got to try your cupcakes today. Uh-huh. It's not every day that I have the time to bake, so be thankful. The expression on Natsuki's face practically says, "Bow down before me, peasants." Aha! Are you expecting Sekigate to prostrate himself before you? Looks like Monika has the same thought. You can't blame Natsuki for bragging a little though. I would too if I made these. Yeah, exactly! Natsuki smiles gratefully at Sayori's save. Meanwhile, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this club room? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hey, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. Don't worry about it, I believe you. Tea and reading might not be a common pastime with me, but I can at least appreciate it. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. I'm happy that you look like you're enjoying yourself, Circle Guy. As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, that reminds me, I've actually been meaning to ask you something, Monika. How come you decided to start with your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity of how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special about it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. I beg to differ. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. But I guess it must be hard to start a new club since everyone's probably settled into their own activities already. You could put it that way. It can be hard to get people invested in things that are brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the cultural festival that much more important. Speaking of a school event, I don't think I saw your club at the club fair at the beginning of the year. Well that's because I haven't started it yet. Oh, I guess that explains why you don't have any members yet. Yeah, we missed the opportunity to join first years who hadn't found clubs yet. It's a lot harder to advertise on a person-by-person basis. And like you said, a lot of people already have the extracurriculars by now. But even so, I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. Yeah, know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. By the way, I know not everyone here likes reading, but do you guys write as well? Actually, we haven't really done any writing together, funnily enough. Do you guys just read and discuss books then? You could say that. Sounds more like a normal book club than a literature club. Also, this music is different. To be honest, I was kind of expecting you all to do stuff like write poetry together. At the word poetry, Natsuki jolts back a bit. Do you like poetry, Natsuki? What? I don't really have an opinion on it, I guess. Oh, really? With a sly smile, Monica gets up, rummages through her book bag, and returns with a loose notebook page in her hands. I happen to have here a poem called Hey, where'd you get that? Natsuki springs up and snatches the paper out of Monica's grasp. Don't worry, I didn't steal from your bag or anything. You dropped it on the way out the other day. I was going to return it, but I couldn't help teasing you a bit before I did that. Well, I appreciate it, but if you kept your nosy nose out of my private work. Haha, duly noted. And sorry, I just couldn't help glancing over your poem when I picked it up. Your writing style is really cute, Natsuki. Haha, your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand over her shoulders. I'm not cute! Hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So you do write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I just think that's pretty neat. Why don't you share them with the club sometime? No, not everyone's just gonna call them cute. Like Sayori said, there's nothing wrong with being cute, you know. You wouldn't get it. There's something worse than trying to get honest feedback from someone and just having them say, it's cute. Scorn dips from the word cute. I guess I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, no one does. It's super annoying, you know. Actually, I believe I understand how Natsuki feels. Natsuki looks surprised at Yuri's sudden interjection. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. And when it's all dismissed with a single remark, well, suffice is to say it can greatly discourage you from putting your work out there again. It sounds like both you and Natsuki have writing experiences in common, Yuri. Maybe. Although I didn't mean to speak for Natsuki. Jeez, it's fine. I pretty much agree with all you said, though. A brief moment of silence falls upon us as we all reflect on the conversation. This just gave me an idea. Everyone, we all look quizzically at Monica, who smiles knowingly back at us. If you have members who are looking for legitimate criticism of the poetry, how about we do that here? I'm sure we can all trust each other to be respectful and think it'd be a fun activity for us. I don't know if I feel comfortable sharing my old poetry. I didn't write it to be read by the public, so... Yeah, same here! That's fine, we could all just go home and write new poems tipping tomorrow. I was going to suggest that anyway, since I don't think the rest of us have poetry ready to share yet. Yeah, sounds awesome! I think learning about poetry would be really fun. And now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthens the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Circle Guy? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. The Literature Club has been very welcoming so far, at least after the initial introductions were made. And although I'll have to start writing poems, it seems like a fair price to pay in order to spend every day with these girls. I had my doubts at first, but given how friendly and welcoming these girls are, I don't really see any reason why I shouldn't join the club. Yep, I'll be looking forward to becoming better friends with you all. Then that makes it official! Welcome to the Literature Club! Thank you, Monica. Yeah, I'm so happy you're joining us! Sue wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! And thanks for playing along! She whispers this last remark in my ear, so she was aware that I'd never agreed to join in the beginning. That sneaky girl. Although Sayori is the most enthusiastic of the girls' eyes, I lit up in happiness. I would have been super angry if you just left after eating my cupcakes. I'm very glad that you're staying as well. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Don't forget tonight's assignment. Write the poem to bring for the next meeting so that we can hold discussions. Monica looks over me once more. Circle Guy, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress Monica with my mediocre reading and writing skills? No. Sometimes it tells me, no, geez, I can't already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Oh well, it's not like Monica's going to be as harsh as an actual literature teacher though, right? You know, the others continue to chit-chat, Zero and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Zero, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? You want to introduce me to all these amazing people, it's the least I could do for her. Sure, let's head home! With that, the two of us wave goodbye to the others to make our way home. On the way back, we discussed the events of the day, focusing particularly on each club member. As we do so, my mind wanders between them all. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. I'm excited to hang out with everyone from now on. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of them. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess I started writing a poem tonight. Oh, this is different. Send out a poem. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it here, because I don't know how long I was recording for, but I think I'm gonna leave it here and make a part 2. Sorry if I don't get to play the full mod in this video, but expect the full mod to be coming out in parts. So, thanks for watching, and yeah, bye!